Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise to get straight to the wisdom you need.
Absolutely.
Today, we're tackling something, well, a bit different. What if the best life lessons don't come from, the usual suspects?
Right, not philosophers or CEOs.
Exactly, but from Hollywood filmmaking. Specifically from a director who says, and I love this quote, "If I could be a successful director on big budget films, anyone can."
Huh. Yeah, that's quite the statement. It's provocative, isn't it? Our source today is Barry Sonnenfeld's TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's from April 2025 called Filmmakers' Whimsical Wisdom for Life and Leadership.
Yeah.
And Sonnenfeld, he's a real industry veteran.
Oh, definitely. Cinematographer, producer, writer, director, Men in Black.
Yeah, the whole series, he's seen it all, pretty much done it all.
So our mission today is basically to unpack 9 unique bits of wisdom from his 40 years in the business.
Some of them pretty counterintuitive.
Very counterintuitive, and see how these insights, born on movie sets, can actually apply to your life, your job.
The goal is kind of a shortcut, right, to those aha moments.
Spot on. Helping you maybe navigate tricky situations, inspire people, lead a bit differently, with a fresh perspective.
Okay.
So yeah, buckle up. This should be fun.
Let's dive in. So where do we start? Maybe with the most provocative one.
Let's do it. His first piece of advice. There is no upside to optimism. Embrace pessimism.
Wow. Okay. That definitely grabs your attention.
Right. It sounds, well, pretty bleak on the surface.
Yeah, not exactly uplifting.
But his argument is that optimism just sets you up for disappointment. So instead, he leans into pessimism.
And he has this ritual, right, on airplanes.
Yeah, with his wife, Sweetie, he gets on, turns to her, and says, "This plane is gonna crash."
Which is intense. But what's his logic there?
He says once he says it out loud, the worst case scenario, he can actually relax.
Okay. How does that work?
Because then it's a win-win in his mind. Either the plane does start going down.
And he gets to say, "I told you so," which seems like a weird win, but okay.
Huh. Right. Or the much more likely scenario, the plane lands safely.
And they live. So he wins either way.
That's his take. It's this weird paradoxical peace he gets by managing expectations, like aggressively managing them.
So the core message is really under-promise and over-deliver, but taken to an extreme.
I think so. It's a very intense form of expectation management. But is it really pessimism, or is it more like just really thorough contingency planning?
That's a great question. I think maybe he calls it pessimism just because it's punchy. It makes you stop and think.
Gets your attention.
Exactly. But underneath, it feels more about resilience, being prepared. If you expect things might go wrong, you're not shocked when they do.
And you probably have a plan B or C.
Right. It removes the paralysis of surprise or failure. So when things do work out, it feels like a bonus. It's like you've mentally prepped for the storm.
Makes sense. Okay, so managing expectations, that actually leads quite nicely into his second point, which is maybe even stranger for non-filmmakers.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
Never let anyone know you're working on a comedy.
Ah, right. That one. And his examples are so specific, but so revealing.
Totally. He says, if the wardrobe department knows it's a comedy, suddenly the costumes get too loud, too colorful.
Right. And the cinematographer makes the lighting too bright, too cheerful.
The composer adds, what was it? Slide whistles and triangles?
Yeah, exactly. Like signaling, this is funny, laugh now.
But he says the absolute worst is when the actors think they're being funny.
Because then they stop playing the reality of the scene. They start mugging, playing for the laugh.
Yes, his big insight is actors play the truth, the reality. The audience finds the comedy in that situation.
You don't force it. The humor should just emerge.
How does that apply outside of film, though?
Well, think about any project where you want a specific reaction. Maybe you're designing a website or giving a presentation.
Oh, okay.
If everyone tries too hard to be innovative or inspiring, you might lose focus on the core function, the actual information.
Right. Like building an app that's supposed to be fun, but it barely works because everyone focuses on the jokes instead of the code.
Exactly. Focus on doing the job well, with integrity. Let the comedy or the inspiration or the wow factor come naturally from doing the fundamental thing right.
Maintain professionalism, focus on the task, let the impact happen.
Precisely. It's about the integrity of the work itself.
Okay, that's a powerful lesson. His third one is much simpler, on the surface at least.
Yeah.
But the story behind it. Wow.
Which one is this?
Be punctual. Simple enough, right? But his definition is key.
The Madison Square Garden story.
Yes, being early is on time, being on time is late. Late gets you paged at Madison Square Garden.
And he literally got paged. at a Jimi Hendrix concert.
In high school. He was supposed to be home by 2 a.m. It's 2:20 a.m. Hendrix is warming up.
And boom, Barry Sonnenfeld, call your mother.
Over the stadium speakers.
The concert stops. Hendrix walks off stage. Never comes back.
And Sonnenfeld jokes his mom basically caused Hendrix's death 8 months later.
It's such a wild story, but the takeaway about punctuality,
Yeah.
it's serious. Absolutely. It's not just about being polite. It's about the ripple effects.
Yeah.
Reliability, respect,
Rest.
trust, exactly. Being late, even by 20 minutes, can disrupt things in ways you can't even predict. Like, potentially altering music history.
It really drives home how seemingly small things matter in a professional context. Or any context, really.
Yeah, it shows respect for other people's time and the entire operation.
Okay, so be punctual. Got it. Now, number 4 really pushes back against typical career advice.
Oh, I think I know which one you mean.
Yeah.
Don't work your way up the ladder.
That's the one. It goes against everything we're usually told.
But his own story is the perfect example of this principle.
Right. Film school student realizes he's okay at cinematography.
So what does he do? He doesn't wait for an internship or a PA job?
No. He buys a camera. A used 16mm camera. Why?
So he could call himself a cameraman. Instantly.
Brilliant. And then, 6 months later.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
Meets Joel Coen. Coen brothers meet to shoot a trailer for Blood Simple to raise money.
And Sonnenfeld just pipes up, I have a camera.
And bam, hired. And get this. The first day shooting Blood Simple.
Was the first day any of them, Joel, Ethan Coen, Sonnenfeld, had ever actually been on a real movie set?
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's pure initiative. Don't wait for permission. Don't follow the steps. Be resourceful. Make the opportunity.
It really speaks to not limiting yourself by waiting for credentials or the right time.
Yeah, recognizing what you can do right now and just doing it. Creating the role instead of waiting for it. That takes boldness.
It really does. And that kind of boldness, that sort of creating your own reality, it connects to his next point too. Number 5, let it be their decision.
The persuasion tactic. When Harry Met Sally stories here are gold.
They really are. So first one, he's the cinematographer, needs the actors to hit a specific mark for a beautiful shot.
But the director, Rob Reiner, says, no, actors worry about performance. You light it so they can stop anywhere.
Big challenge. So Sonnenfeld says, okay, I can light this whole 67-foot area, but it won't look as gorgeous. He plants that seed.
Right. So Reiner, who obviously cares about how the movie looks,
eventually asks him, okay, where do they need to stop for it to look really beautiful?
And Sonnenfeld just says,
back where they stopped during rehearsal.
Brilliant. So Reiner then tells the actors, okay, stop there. It becomes Reiner's direction.
Sonnenfeld just guided him there, made it his idea.
And he did something similar with Meg Ryan, right? With her marks.
Yeah, she wasn't always hitting them. So he didn't say, hit your mark, he said.
It doesn't matter where you stop. But if you land right here, you look gorgeous.
And guess what?
She hit the mark every single time after that.
Every time. It's about tapping into what the other person wants to look good, to make a great movie, and framing your request around their motivation.
It's masterful influence, really. Not manipulation, but skillful guidance. You empower them to choose the thing you wanted anyway.
Exactly. It turns potential conflict into collaboration. Super useful.
Definitely.
Okay, number 6 is quick, kind of funny, but surprisingly useful. Never stand on the end of a group photo.
Yes. The practical reasons are great.
Reason 1, physics.
The wide-angle lens distortion, it can make you look wider on the edges. Nobody wants that.
True. And reason 2.
You're just easier to crop out. If they need to resize the photo or focus on the middle,
Poof. They're gone. So his takeaway is, position yourself strategically, near the important people. Maximize visibility.
it sounds trivial, maybe, but it's actually a neat little metaphor for, positioning yourself in general. Be aware of where you are and how you're seen.
Yeah, self-presentation matters, even in small ways. Optimize your personal real estate, as you put it.
Exactly.
All right, number 7, this one. This one could be really helpful for dealing with difficult people. Out-juvenile a screaming bully.
Ah, the Scott Rudin story. He calls Rudin brilliant, but...
A legendary screamer. A bully. We've probably all encountered someone like that.
Unfortunately, yes. So Rudin starts screaming at Sonnenfeld during Adam's Family. What does Sonnenfeld do?
Does he scream back? Does he argue? No.
He does something completely unexpected.
He calmly gathers pillows from the couch, builds a little fort,
The pillow fort.
climbs inside and says, "I can't hear you. I'm in the fort."
That's just amazing. What happens then?
Rudin keeps screaming, tells him to get out of the fort, but apparently he never actually invaded the fort.
He respected the fort boundary.
Seems like it. And eventually, Rudin would calm down and apologize.
So how does that work? Why is it effective?
It completely disrupts the dynamic, right? Bullies expect fear or anger or submission. They don't expect absurdity.
Yeah, a pillow fort is definitely not in the bully playbook.
It's non-confrontational, it uses humor, it's disarming. Sonnenfeld refused to play Rudin's game on Rudin's terms.
He changed the whole energy of the situation without escalating it. Emotional judo, like you said earlier.
Exactly, a very creative way to de-escalate.
Might be worth trying, although maybe not literally a pillow fort in every situation.
Maybe adapt the principle. Okay, 2 left. Number 8. Be willing to kill your darlings.
Yeah, common advice for writers, but he applies it to budgets and negotiation.
Right. The Get Shorty example. Budget is tight. $30,250,000. Studio head Mike Marcus wants it at exactly $30 million.
Okay, gotta cut $250,000.
So Sonnenfeld identifies a scene. It's expensive, $250K, 2 nights, Gene Hackman. And crucially,
It doesn't actually move the plot forward that much. It's kind of expendable.
from a plot perspective, yeah, so
Yeah.
he suggests cutting it. Perfect solution, right?
But Marcus says...
That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Oh boy, okay.
Sonnenfeld holds firm, though, says, look, we have no choice. We need to hit the number. Gotta cut the scene.
He's willing to kill the darling, even if the studio head loves it.
But then comes the brilliant part. Marcus, faced with losing his favorite scene, asks,
How much would it cost to put it back in?
exactly. And he ends up paying the extra $250,000 himself to keep it.
Wow. So Sonnenfeld got the budget issue solved and kept the scene, technically. And again,
He points out, let it be their decision. By making Marcus fight for the scene, Marcus owned the decision and the cost.
it shows that sometimes offering something up for sacrifice is the best way to understand its true value to others. And maybe even save it.
It's smart negotiation. Know what's truly essential, what's negotiable, and what others value.
Really clever.
Okay, last one, number 9. This feels like peak Sonnenfeld, whimsical, specific, yet universal. Always carry a photo of how you like your steak prepared.
Huh. I love this one. He actually carries a photo.
Yes, since 2005, cut from a Sky Mall catalog, a picture of a perfectly cooked steak.
Okay, so when he orders steak
He doesn't say medium rare or anything like that. He shows the waiter the photo.
and asks,
What does your restaurant call this?
so the waiter might say, oh, that's our medium rare plus, or whatever their term is.
Exactly. And then Sonnenfeld orders it using their language.
Why? What's the point?
He says very emphatically, never, ever, ever, ever say, cook it like this, referring to the photo.
not.
Because that's giving the chef a line reading and they don't like it. He says he got kicked out of a restaurant once for doing that.
Hilarious. But the underlying lesson.
It's about clear communication, but more than that, it's about respecting the other person's expertise and language.
Speaking their language. Meeting them where they are.
Right. Don't dictate. Present your need in a way they understand and can act on easily, using their framework, their terms.
That applies everywhere, doesn't it? Not just steaks. Client work, team projects.
Anywhere you need something from someone else. Understand their world, communicate within it, you'll get much better results.
It avoids misunderstandings and shows respect. Simple, but profound.
So that's the 9. What a fascinating collection of ideas.
It really is. From pessimism to pillow forts to steak photos, it's definitely unconventional wisdom.
But so much of it feels universally applicable, doesn't it? Leadership, communication, just dealing with life's weirdness.
Totally. These are genuinely useful insights, even if they come from the slightly crazy world of filmmaking. They give you practical tools, fresh perspectives.
Yeah, shortcuts to those aha moments, like we said at the start, whether you're prepping for something big or just curious.
There are real takeaways here, finding smart solutions in unexpected places.
Absolutely. So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this.
Yeah.
Which of these unconventional bits of wisdom could you maybe apply to your own scene this week?
Interesting question.
And what kind of unexpected audience reaction might you get if you did? Maybe embracing a little bit of that Sonnenfeld whimsy
Could be surprisingly powerful.
could be exactly what you need.